guys, welcome back to Opal&Mint. I'm Kylie, and today I'm going to be putting 11 different marker brands head to head to see what is best. So just to preface, this is our opinion. Ashley helped me with all the different tests we're gonna do. So this is my opinion, you may not agree. But we have done tests on 4 different surfaces. We've done rocks, we've done wood, we've done black and white paper. Am I forgetting one? Plastic. And we have done plastic as well. So I am going to rate these on a scale of 1 to 5 in different areas. I'm going to be ranking this on their layerability, their tip quality, the ink flow, opacity, the packaging, the color range, and the value. So we're going to take all of those scores on those different areas like the layerability and such. We're going to take those scores, add them up, and whatever that total is going to be how we rank them and how we put them into order. So we're going to go marker by marker. I'm going to start at the bottom and we'll work our way to the top. So first up or last up is Simtap from Arrtx. We love Arrtx, but this marker is not, it didn't hold up. I'm gonna go through the different surfaces. Okay, so for the Simtap on the rock, they were fine. Nothing super noteworthy here. On the rock, they did fine. When it comes to the plastic, they didn't do well. They didn't stick. You couldn't layer it like at all on this. I tried to go back over it and it just like fell apart. Well, it scratched off even when I was just trying to go back over it with the marker, and it's a brush tip. It's not even a hard tip. I'm sorry, that sounded harsh.
It's true.
I'm frustrated with it because I like the brand. Again, black paper did fine. The thing about these ones is depending on how you prep it, it will depend on how well it does. So, I mean, it covered the black paper. There, you don't really see through it that much. It was fine. White paper, probably about the same, honestly. Only note I have for wood is eh. So, yeah. But overall, Simtap, my gripe with it is that it's very inconsistent. You have to know how to prepare this marker. You tap the back to get the ink flowing, and then you have to shake it. But pending, like when it's been sitting, it will get dry and gunky, and so it's hard to get it started again. And depending on if you have done that properly, it won't always give you ink like at all, or just not enough. So depending on how it's prepped, it could either be too much ink, just the right amount, and sometimes can work great, or there's just nothing. So it's just inconsistent, and that's my main gripe with it. For layerability, we gave it a 3. When I'm saying layerability, I mean how well it builds up, essentially. So like if you put a layer down, can you layer it up? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. We gave it a 3. It wasn't awful at it, and it wasn't just great at it. So we just kind of put it in the middle of the board. Tip quality, we also did a 3. It's fairly, yeah, it was flexible. The reason that this is like this is just, like I said, it gets funky if it's been sitting.
Oh, I think that one's too flexible, because I remember it was more flexible than the Arrtx.
It is, it's
ones,
more
yeah.
flexible than the other Arrtx as well. Yeah, so the tip quality, we gave it 3. Ink flow, we gave it 2. And we gave it a 2 because it's, again, it's so inconsistent. Sound like a broken record, but it just, you have to fight with this marker to get it to work the way you want it to, and it makes it not as fun to use. Opacity, we gave also a 2. Gave it a 2 because, again, so inconsistent. Could be great, could be bad, depends on how you prepped it, and the color a little bit too. So, and the packaging. So when I rank the packaging on these markers, I will be taking into account what they are actually packaged in, the box or whatever they was sent in, but also the marker itself, the way it's presented and packaged. We gave this one a 1. And the reason we gave it a 1 is because of how it gets all gunked up with the way that it taps. When you push the back of it, I was shaking one and the back of it flew off. I'm sorry, I could see my sister laughing in the back. We've had a lot of problems with that, and that's where a lot of the rest of the problems come from, is because of the presentation of this. The concept sounds cool, but it just doesn't work well in execution. Color range, we gave a 4. There's some nice colors. I like the colors. They have more than like what we have shown in this video, I guess.
Other sets.
There's other sets, so there's colors to choose from. Don't have much of a complaint there. On the value, we gave it a 2. When I talk about the value in this video, I will be talking about what price we got it for, because prices can vary and go up and down depending on if they're on sale. So just to clarify that, it will be what we bought, what price we got it at, and it may change in the future. So these are 89 cents a marker. We got these for $32 for 36. And we gave the value a 2 because this is based on the quality versus the price. So the price isn't awful, but it's not worth the price. If we were going to get a marker from Arrtx, it would not be the Simtaps. So that is why we've gave it a 2, and that gives us a grand total of 17 out of 35. So that is Simtap. That is our 11th place. Okay, next up at number 10, we have Wellokb. Well, I don't know how you say this marker brand. Is this just an Amazon brand?
It is. It's
okay.
A random.
Yeah, so this is just a random Amazon brand that we found, and it is at number 10. It was inconsistent. On the rock, I said it has poor opacity. It was streaky. Plastic was also just kind of It was bleh, actually, is what's written here. The black paper, it did fine. Same with the white paper, although with the white paper, the bullet tip on this one damaged the white paper a little bit. Yeah, so this one was all over the place. The problem with this one was some of them were working actually fairly well, and then other ones just weren't. Some of them were so watery. It was weird because we were doing a bunch of tests and we're like, we hate these, and then we got to one of the tests and they were actually doing fairly well, and then they continued to do so, and we didn't understand why. So these were confusing. On layerability, we gave them a 2 because, again, they're inconsistent. Some of the colors, you could not layer them at all. You would go over them and it basically just made new streaks. And then some of them, they would layer a little bit. It just varied very differently from color to color. So tip quality, we gave a 3. This one has 2 different tips. It has, thank you. It has a bullet, that's the wrong side. And a brush tip. It has a bullet and a brush tip. We gave this one a 3 because it was okay. It wasn't bad, it wasn't good, it was just kind of there, I guess. But it was nice that it had 2 different tips. Next is ink flow, and I forgot to mention this on the last one, but with the way that the ink is stored, I guess, in the marker, there's 2 main different ways that they go about it. So on the last one, it was like an ink reservoir, I guess you would say. You have to shake the marker. Yeah, there's like fluid in there, I guess you could say. There's ink. And then there's markers like this one that have a cotton core. So it's like a cotton core soaked with ink. And you don't have to shake this one. And the differences with this is a lot of times the ones that are cotton core are not going to last as long because there's not as much ink in there, and then the ones with the reservoir typically last longer. So this one is a cotton core, and we gave this one a 1.5. Again, this is mainly just because the inconsistencies. Some of it flowed fairly well, and then others just didn't work at all. Just at all. Also, this has like 2 separate ink reservoirs in it for each side. So on some of the markers, one marker would give you 2 completely different shades of this, like 2 different colors essentially, with the same color marker. Yeah.
One would be runny and one would be
yes.
opaque.
Yeah, some would be runny, some on the same side, one would be more opaque, one would be runny. Like I said, there's just no consistency here. You don't know what you're getting. We gave the opacity a 2. Again, didn't know what you're getting. Some were good, some were bad. The packaging, we gave a 3. This one came in a bag, kind of like how Ohuhu's is just a black bag with the name on it. And then, you know, like I said, middle of the road, nothing fantastic, nothing bad. We gave the color range a 5 though. There's a bunch of beautiful colors in this. These were 38 cents per marker. We paid $30 for 80 markers, and we ranked this a 3 because, again, don't know what you're getting, but they're cheap. So we put it in the middle, and this gives us a total of 19.5 out of 35. So next up, at number 9, we have Posca. Okay, so Posca on the rock test, it was fine. There wasn't really any gripes. Some colors did better than others. Plastic, it was smooth, covered, decent. Black paper did good, white paper did good. Well, actually, on the white paper that we did, it actually did damage the paper. It, like, scratched it up, I guess you could say. And I don't know if it doesn't do that on every paper that all the paper we've used it on, but it did do it on the white paper we used. But nothing super noteworthy on the different tests. I don't dislike the Poscas. They did fine. Honestly, we had ones that did better. So with the ones that we have, the black marker did great. If all of them worked how the black marker did, then this probably would have done better. But a lot of them were just kind of in the middle of the board. So layerability, we gave a 3. Like I said, kind of in the middle. Some of their darker colors did well. They layered better. Some of their lighter colors were having some difficulties with layering. I feel like, especially while wet, I feel like once they were dry, it would layer better, but while wet, it wouldn't. Tip quality, we gave a 4. Really, really good tip. They are scratchy though, and if you don't like the sound, like the sound that Poscas make on certain surfaces like paper is not pleasant. So if you don't like scratchy sounds, then it's not a pleasant experience. Ink flow, we gave it 3.5. It's a little bit above the middle. It's, again, kind of varied from marker to marker. We had other ones that did better. Opacity, we gave a 3. If it was all like the black, would have been perfect. Some of the colors just weren't as opaque as I would have liked. Packaging, we gave a 4. Everyone knows what Posca looks like if you are in the art world. And we have no gripes or complaints with the packaging. It's Posca. The color range, we gave a 5 because you can buy them individually. There's so many markers because Posca's been around for a while. So color range is great. These are $1.88 per marker, $45 for 24 markers. And because of how expensive they are, we gave the value ranking a 2 because they're not bad markers, but for the price, they're just not amazing enough to be worth that. Up next at number 8, we have Arrtx. So as far as the rocks go, I like the way that it turned out, the way it looks. It was fairly opaque. You had to build it up a little bit, but it is pretty opaque. On the plastic, It was smooth. All of them are smooth on the plastic, really. It wasn't as opaque. We noted that it doesn't stick super well. A lot of them have a harder time. Black and white paper, no complaints. It did great. Arrtx does really well on paper. The wood did good, had good coverage, and the tip was durable enough, like it didn't feel like it was gonna hurt the tip on the wood. So Arrtx on layerability, we gave it a 4 because it would build up. If one of the colors weren't as opaque, you could go back over it and it would layer well. So we gave it a 4. The tip quality, we also gave a 4. It has a nice, it's not too hard, not too soft. It's a nice quality, feels nice to use. Don't really have any complaints. Ink flow, we gave a 3 because it's not the juiciest. It is a cotton core, so it'll probably run out of ink faster than if it wasn't. And also it doesn't just flow as much, but it still is good. You do have to kind of build it up on some of them though. Opacity is also a 3, also in the middle of the lane. It's good opaque. You can get it opaque, but it's not just like when you put it on, it's like, wow, this covers everything. But it is still good. On packaging, we gave it a 3. I like the packaging, like it's cute, and the pen itself is great. However, the way that, I'm just gonna grab it. So I do like that it stands up. Like this is nice. However, my problem comes from when you take them out, there is a grid in here, and a lot of times, unless you are looking directly above this, you cannot find where to put it back. And so after using this, even looking at it, I can't put it in. After using this for a little while, it gets annoying. So that is why it is at a 3. It's not bad. I like the packaging. However, it annoys me. Color range, we gave a 5. We love the colors. They have very nice colors. There's other options besides what we have. As far as value goes, they are 82 cents a marker, $49 for 60 markers. And we gave the value on this one a 4. We think that the price for what you're getting is great on this one, so that's why we gave it a 4. And that gives us a total of 26 out of 35, and so that is Arrtx. All right, next up at number 7, we have Sharpie. So on the Sharpie with the rock test, it looked great on the rock. It was opaque. Some of the colors were a little less opaque, but honestly, looks really great. On the plastic, it did well. So Sharpie on the plastic was one of the most opaque ones that we had. It covered really well, and even when you hold up the plastic, you don't really see through it that much. It was very nice. Black and white paper did great. Wood did great. The bullet tip on the wood was really good too, nice and smooth. Both tips did good on the wood. I think I preferred the bullet over the brush tip on the wood, but the brush tip still did good. First up with layerability, we gave it a 4. It layers well. Layerability is good. Tip quality, we gave a 5. So these come in both a brush tip and a bullet tip. And this one's a little odd because the brush tip and the bullet tip have different colors in each. They're not the same colors. They're like 2 separate markers, but in the same set. Anyways, love the bullet tip on this. It is my favorite bullet tip that I've used. It's softer than any other one I've used. It's not scratchy, and it's not too soft either. It still has like enough firmness for a bullet tip, but it is the best, smoothest, great for writing with as well. Tip on a bullet tip.
Tip on a bullet tip.
So many. Tip. And the brush tip was great as well. So with ink flow, we gave it a 4. It comes out really nice. It's not too juicy and it's not too dry. Opacity, we gave a 4. Opacity is really great. Some of the colors are not as opaque, which is gonna be how it is across the line. The lighter colors typically aren't as opaque. Packaging, we gave a 4.5 because the box it came in is just a cardboard box, which we don't love, but the packaging on the marker itself is fantastic. So 4.5 on that. On the color range, we gave it a 2 because we got a 24 pack and there's 12 of each tip type. So there's 12 of the brush and 12 of the bullet, and they're all different colors. And then there's another set that also has 12 fine tip. But that is all the colors, and you can't get the colors that are on the brush tip on the bullet tip. So if you want a certain color, you have to have a certain tip, and that's just, it's not the greatest. The colors themselves are beautiful, just kind of wish there was some more color range. And with the value, they are $1.75 per marker. It was $42 for 24 markers, and because of that, we gave it a 3. We gave it middle of the board because we would still get these. They're expensive, but they're nice. All of this gives us a score of 26.5 out of 35. So that is Sharpie at number 7. Next up at number 6 is Meeden. Meeden on the rock test was kind of like wasn't bad. Kind of streaky-ish. It wasn't streaky. It just wasn't as opaque as I would have liked. It was kind of Same for the plastic test, honestly. It was just kind of not super opaque. It was just kind of Meeden did fine on the black paper. Some of the colors were not that opaque, but some of them did great. I feel like I've been saying that a lot in this video, but I feel like that's just kind of what happens. They're a thinner paint. They're a little watery on some of these surfaces. Like when I was using it on the plastic, it like beaded up together and like almost disappeared. It kind of looked like you were putting a thin line of water and it bubbled together. So it's just, I feel like the paint to water ratio is different. For layerability, we gave it a 3, just kind of right in the middle for us. Sometimes it was good, sometimes it was bad. Tip quality, we gave a 4. No complaints really on the tip. It did good. Didn't feel like it was getting destroyed by the wood or anything. Ink flow is a 3. Again, just kind of right in the middle. Hit or miss on colors, depending on colors. Opacity is also a 3. Some colors covered quite a bit better than others. Packaging, we gave a 5 because the box it comes in is nice. It has like a flap that is magnetic to the box itself. The way that they are laid out in the box when you get them is from like in color order. It looks nice and satisfying, and the markers themselves look super cool. So packaging is a 5. Great, looks awesome. Color range is also a 5. Gives you a great range of colors. Love the color range. And then the value on these ones, they are 35 cents a marker, $25 for 72 markers. So the value, we also gave a 5 because they're not bad markers for not too bad a price. So like I said, some of the markers work a little better than others, or some of the colors, I guess, work better than others, but overall, not too bad. So this one adds up to be a 28 out of 35. Next up at number 5, we have Ohuhu. Okay, so on the rock, it worked well, it covered well. For Ashley, especially, the fine tip was kind of on the rock because it's particular with the fine tip. On plastic, it did good. It was opaque, covered well. On both the black and the white paper, it did good. Again, the fine tip on this one, you kind of have to go slower and not push so hard. So if you're someone like Ashley who gets in a hurry,
Ooh. Splat.
Yeah, textured thing, not great. Sometimes it will splatter, and because it like catches on stuff when you push harder, and it doesn't flow as well if you push too hard. So it's not for everyone. And then the bullet tip did great on wood. It flowed really well, covered good. Again, on the fine tip, you have to go slow or it splatters. All right, on layerability, we gave it a 4. It layers really nice. I will say, when you layer it, especially on smoother surfaces with like the bullet tip, sometimes it will leave it'll leave more paint where you just were on the bullet tip. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it doesn't always like lay flat, but it covers well, so it's not streaky. I don't know how to explain it exactly. Tip quality, we gave a 3.5, and we gave it this because the bullet tip is good. It is a little scratchier than some. Well, no, it's not scratchier than some. It's a little scratchy, but it's still good. And then the fine tip is a little particular. You have to go slow, not push too hard. Otherwise, it will kind of skip and splatter, and it's a little scratchy. But yeah, so we gave that a 3.5. Flow is 4. Again, it comes out nice and smooth. I'm a little all over the place in this video. I apologize. I say that, but Ashley's gonna edit it and it's gonna be great. Opacity, we gave a 4. Again, it was good. Opacity is good. The color range, we gave a 4. It has a good range of colors, decent amount of colors. There's definitely some areas where like some extra colors would be nice, but love all the colors that we have, and it gives you a good selection to use. All right, so for the value, they are 67 cents per marker, $31.99 for 48 markers. So we gave the value of this one a 5. These are great markers and they're not too bad. So give it a 5. This ended up being 29.5. Yes, 29.5 out of 35 for the Ohuhu. Next up at number 4, we have Master's Touch. So on the rock test, it did good. It would build up and ended up looking good. Plastic, again, did good. Don't have much just stand out to say. On black and white paper, did great. No complaints. And again, on wood, did good. On the wood, the tip is very flexible and like very soft, but it still is durable enough and like doesn't feel like it's just gonna destroy the tip when you're using it on wood. I will say this brand is one that I'm pretty sure you can't get anymore. This is one that Ashley just picked up at Hobby Lobby, I think, and I think that this particular one is like not being made anymore. I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure that you can't get these anymore, unfortunately. So on layerability, we gave these a 5. When you put these on, you can layer these while they are still wet, so you may still be able to see through it a little bit, but then you keep going and it layers even while it's wet. You don't have to wait. So these layer great, love it. Tip quality, we gave a 5. These are very much, they're a brush tip, but they are like a fine tip brush tip. They are so like little fine tips, and they feel a lot like a paintbrush. Like it's the most brush-like brush tip I think I've ever used. It feels like you're holding a paintbrush, honestly, or like you're using a paintbrush. I sometimes have a hard time with it because I'm not as familiar with brushes, so that's something to keep in mind if you haven't used brushes as well. It might be a little bit of a learning curve, but it is great. Ink flow, we gave a 4. The ink comes out great. Again, you do kind of have to, on some colors, you have to layer it up, but it layers up beautifully, so it's not really a problem. Opacity is also a 4. Again, kind of, I feel like sometimes I repeat myself with the ink flow and opacity. I feel like I merged them together sometimes on these, but opacity is great. Like I said, some of the colors are lighter, but it layers up well, so it ends up being pretty opaque. Packaging, we gave a 4. Comes in a box with like these little plastic trays, which is kind of not the best, but the marker itself, we like the packaging on. It's nice and like small and compact, so like you can just put them all in like a little bag and they fit well. They're nice. Color range, we gave a 5. There's a wide range of colors. There's several beautiful colors. Ashley did not write the value on these because you can't buy them anymore. That's why. Okay, so the value on this, we gave a 5. She doesn't actually remember how much they were, but she got them on sale from Hobby Lobby. They weren't that expensive, and you can't get them anymore. I think the only way to get them is like if someone's selling them on eBay. But for what they are, for how well they do, they're worth the price. We're sad that you can't get these. So with all of that, it ends up being a 32 out of 35, and that is Master's Touch. Overall, really impressed with this. Okay, we are getting to our top 3 now. So next up, at number 3, we have Creative Inspirations. Okay, so on the rock test, this is one where I really liked the way that it turned out. Like, it has almost a matte, like, nice smooth finish to it. Looked great on the rock, pretty well on the plastic as well. I will say none of them on like the plastic we've used, if you like scratched it with your nail, it's gonna come off, but that just, yeah. The black paper, it was nice, solid, covered great. White paper did great. The wood layered up, did good. And this, oh yeah, this is another one we noted that it will layer while wet, so that's good. I feel like I'm talking to myself more than the camera now. I need to talk to y'all. I'm talking to y'all. Okay, so on layerability, we gave this a 5. Again, these will layer while they are wet as well, so they layer well. They do good. They're not like they're not streaky when you layer them really. They did good. Tip quality, we also gave a 5. They are flexible, good. They are brush tip, and they do well. They perform well. Ink flow, we gave a 4.5. I, for the life of me, cannot remember what the half a point off on this one was. I think it's just because it was just not quite, it just wasn't quite as good as the next ones coming up, I think is what it was. Opacity is a 4. Pretty good opacity. Again, some of the colors, like on all of them, are not as opaque, but great opacity. Packaging was a 4. I will note on this one, it is like it comes in this plastic container that you unclip, and it's like different trays, I guess you would say. It's nice and it's a cool concept, but if you don't have a bunch of room to like lay it all out, it could be kind of inconvenient. But it's cool. It's a nice package, and it has a little handle on it so you can carry it around. And then the marker itself, the way that is packaged, looks really cool and is unique, and I like it. The color range is a 5. I really like on each layer, each layer of the packaging, it has like, say there's like a light purple, a mid purple, and a dark purple. There's like a good range where you can make kind of a gradient, or like a lot of times there's going to be a light shade and then there's going to be a darker shade of that same color. So it has nice, good coloring. And these, on the value, they are 48 cents per marker, $28 for 60 markers. We rated the value on this one as a 5. This is a great price for what you're getting. Overall, just a great marker for not too much money. So this ended up being a 32.5 out of 35. Couldn't remember. So yeah, overall just a great marker. Loved these. Next up at our number 2 spot is Tooli-Art. So on the rock test on this one, this was probably my favorite on the rock, like the way that it looks overall. The way that it finishes is just so smooth, and like it has a matteness to it, and Ashley will probably show it anyways, but I don't know, it just has a finish that none of the others did. I just really love the way that these markers are. Plastic did good too. I will say it could not layer on the plastic though. When I did a little circle and then I tried to color over it with another color, and it just scratched the other layer right off. Probably because of how the tips are on this. This is a fine tip that's hard, and it wouldn't layer on the plastic. Both on the black and white paper did great. Looks so beautiful. Did great on wood as well. Just like wasn't really scratchy at all. It went smooth on. It just great. Okay, so layerability, we gave it 4, and the only reason it didn't get a 5 was because like the plastic, it couldn't layer on that. But really when this goes on, it's nice. Anyways, so that's the only reason it didn't get a 5, is because of the plastic. Tip quality, we gave a 5, and this fine tip is the best fine tip that we've used. That's like, it still is like that hard plastic fine tip, but it's not it's not really scratchy. It's nice. It's the nicest tip on a fine tip marker that I've used. Ink flow, we also gave a 5. This, it flows so well. It doesn't feel like it's too much ink, but it goes on nice.
Oh.
I like these ones.
Oh, Kylie.
It's nice. Opacity, we also gave a 5. These are they go on, they cover, they're not streaky at all. I mean, you go over and it's just a smooth cover of ink. It's nice. Packaging, we also gave a 5. It just comes in a like cardboard box, but it's not cumbersome in any way. And then the markers themselves are pretty thin, and I don't know, I like it. They're compact, so it doesn't take up a ton of space. And color range, we gave a 5. The set we have is like just jewel tones, but they have other sets. They have different like color sets. They have one that's like for wildflowers and like just different stuff. So they have a great color range, and we love all of the colors that we have. They're beautiful and rich and just great colors. Now here's where it's like, but they are $1.42 per marker. $34 for 24 markers. So they are a little bit pricier, but they're worth it. And because of this, we gave it a 4 on the value, because yes, they are a little pricier. They are worth the price that they are. So they are more expensive, but they're worth it. We love these markers. They got a 33 out of 35. Next up, at number 1, we have, I don't know how to say this marker brand, we've been calling it Amamao because that's how we've been remembering how to spell it. But Ashley will put it on the screen wherever she puts it. So this is just some brand that we got on Amazon, and it blew us away. So on the rock test, did great, looks great, performed great. Sorry, I'm laughing at the notes that my sister was taking on some of these. For plastic, she says, ooh, smooth, opaque, I like it. So yes, it was opaque. It covered black paper, white paper, both did fantastic. Wood did great as well. Again, the tip didn't have any problems with the wood. So for this one, the layerability, we gave a 5. They build up great. They layer well. They're no complaints at all. Did amazing. Tip quality, we also gave a 5. They have a nice brush tip. It's not too hard, not too soft. It's just right. Ink flow is also a 5. It comes out nice. It doesn't feel too dry or too juicy. Felt controllable. Opacity, again, 5. It was opaque. I feel like even the lighter colors you could build up to be pretty opaque too. So it did great. Packaging on this, we also gave a 5. The packaging on this is so cool. It is a box that you take the lid off, but then when you take the lid off, it's actually on the side, and they are on little like racks. So it's stored with them facing sideways, and you can just pull them out if you need to put it up. You can, but it's great. We love the packaging. It's also just very pretty. And then on the package itself, there's actually a swatch, like a swatch card type thing on the box, so you don't have to worry about losing paper or anything. You can just swatch it all right there on the box. So yes, we love the packaging on this. It's beautiful, looks great. Utility wise, it's great. Color range is also a 5. This is like, yeah, this one is like 120 different colors, and the colors are beautiful. So 5 on the color range. And then the value on this, guys, is great. That sounded very Ashley. Oh, 43 cents a mark. Okay, so yes, this is 43 cents a marker, $52 for 120 markers. They're not expensive, and they work great. We gave the value a 5 as well. So this got a 35 out of 35. These ones were amazing. They work so well for the price that there is. Yeah, we were very pleasantly surprised by this.
Wow, Kylie.
Oh, that's nice.
What the?
Just random brand we found on Amazon. Did great. So yeah, this was fun and interesting to do all of these tests and see where they all landed, because some of them were not where I thought they would end up being. But yeah, this was fun. So once again, here is the lineup, the ranking, whatever. Ashley can put on the screen where they were in the lineup, so to speak. So yeah, I think that's gonna be all for this video. But yeah, again, this is just our opinion. This is what we got out of the tests. So we'd love to hear your thoughts down below. And that's gonna be all for this video. So if you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already and you wanna see our future videos, hit that subscribe button down below and we'll see you guys next time. Bye! I am so sorry, I've said this already, but I'm so sorry that you have to edit this craziness. I hope you can make this into a coherent video. Good luck. I just freeze after I say the name. I'm like, what do I do next? I don't know. I can't go straight into it because I just don't know what to do. Arrtx take 25. I moved it on screen and you pulled it back. When I will be ranking these packagings, was there anything else I need to say?
Yeah, so there's ink in it, and the core there's like a cotton core that's soaked with ink.
Okay.
Does that help you?
Different marker brands. Head to head, that's what I was trying to say. We don't dislike the pop. Oh my gosh. So yeah, that's probably all I have to say on pack.
That's probably all I have to say.
I don't know if there's anything else to say.
So like I'm just going through, I'll look at it and then kind of summarize what I think it did. Does that not help?
No, it's just you do stuff so much better than I do.
That's not true. I'm old.
This is gonna be an interesting bloopers on this video.
I'm not good, I'm just old. I am experienced and mature. I'm real mature.
And so I don't know what I'm doing with my hands. I'm so glad that you're the one editing this.
I know, thanks. Thanks a lot.
I'm so sorry. You can cut that. I don't know where I was going with that anyways. Where are you? Christmas. There it is. Okay. I can do this. I can get through this. So much talking. My voice is tired already. This is sad. I'm an introvert who doesn't speak. I'm an okay. I'm fine.